We got something massive brewing in crypto right now. It just feels different, doesn't it? The energy is coming back after that massive liquidation. This is the kind of convergence that we only see once every few years, hence the 4-year Bitcoin, or we should say crypto bull run. But here's everything that is happening right now, and it's all pointing to a massive breakout coming for XRP if these key hurdles can get taken care of. Now, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, the more YouTube will push out the content. We need YouTube to push out the content. It's the ultimate way to support the channel, and it is free. We're going to start right here. US-China trade deal. If you remember, just a couple of weeks back, this was a major catalyst that caused the crypto markets to crash, and now we're seeing that a deal is coming in place. US Treasury Secretary, he said, look, China is ready to strike a deal that would remove Trump's 100% tariff. Your translation here, it's simple. Global liquidity pressure, it's gone. When trade walls fall, risk assets ignite. And crypto, especially the most efficient settlement token on earth, benefits first. And don't forget, we also have rate cuts that are going to be factored in as well. Rate cuts are not priced into the market currently. Okay, we got rate cuts that are coming. We have Trump, China, hopefully getting on the same page. Tariffs go away. This is all going to be a massive, massive bullish push up for the crypto markets. Remember, this is not just politics here. Okay, this is a liquidity signal. And then we move over to this. Michael Saylor, he's like, look, I'm buying more Bitcoin. That's simple. He's stacking. He's not done. And when the loudest voice in institutional crypto stacks more stats, it's never random. It's a confidence signal that the smart money sees what's coming. He understands where this is going. Bitcoin, right? It leads liquidity in. It's that simple. Bitcoin is the highway. That is how people find out about crypto. They look at Bitcoin. They hear the name Bitcoin, but then they start researching and doing their own homework. And where does that lead them? That leads them down the path to find other digital assets, right? Enter XRP. That's where it just slowly walks into the room. People are like, what is this thing? What is this XRP asset? Working with the banks, working with the governments. Then they see pictures of Brad Garlinghouse with Trump at the White House. Think about that, folks. There's always a gateway for people to get on board. Bitcoin is the gateway for most. But people just don't stop at Bitcoin. They start looking into other crypto assets out there. But every one of seller buys, remember, they have preceded a major wave of inflow. And now, folks, if you're not on the newsletter, go join it. First episode's already out. Next one is coming out this week. You're going to want to be on there. Hit the video description and click the link. And if you want a one call isn't set up, well, this week is pretty much booked out. We're probably looking in close to November at this point. You want to get your score. Look, an investment in yourself, as I always say, is the best investment. We'll talk about tax structure and LLC setup. We'll talk about on and off ramps. What are you going to do? How you should do it? How you should structure? Because if you think you're just going to go to a public order book on Coinbase and Gemini and dump hundreds of thousands of dollars of XRP and everything's going to be fine and dandy, you got something else coming to you. Get the call booked. It's me and you just like this. I'm telling you, everyone we have helped. We help so many people. All positive feedback coming our way, which leads us to this XRP's open interest. Now, we talked about this before, but I really want to get into this and I want to break this down. All right. So open interest on Binance, it did a complete reset here. Back to the levels we saw in May of 2025. If you were around in May of 2025, you probably remember what happened to the price of XRP in May of 2025. It absolutely skyrocketed. It went bananas. We're talking 70 cents to $3.50. Well, guess what? We're now back at those lows. But the price, it's holding strong around $2.60, right? That means your weak hands, they got flushed out. That means your leverage is gone. And we saw all those longs get liquidated. 19 billion in longs when Binance decided they were going to manipulate the market. And we see that your strong holders are in control of the markets. So when new liquidity comes in here and it's going to come in, you know what that means? It means it's rocket fuel. The last time XRP looked like this, and you can see on my screen right here, we went absolutely vertical. We're at the same levels. You know what's coming next? We're going to go absolutely vertical. Everyone, tick tock, right? Your time in this thing is running out. And then we get this. This is interesting. This is a video coming over from the CME group telling you, I don't even say telling you, they're preparing you that the ETF wave is coming, right? We're going to play this clip. Very interesting clip. As the crypto market is heating up as spots ETFs edge closer to a launch. Listen.
The crypto market is buzzing with anticipation for the next spot crypto ETFs. Will Solana and XRP ETFs follow in Bitcoin's footsteps? Or will the altcoin ETF effect prove to be fundamentally different? Two recent SEC decisions should lead to a wave of new ETFs, with Solana and XRP widely expected to be approved. The approvals would mark the SEC's most significant embrace of crypto products since signing off on spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs back in 2024. So will Solana and XRP follow in Bitcoin's footsteps? There are literally thousands of different types of cryptocurrencies, but only a handful that institutional investors are interested in buying, including Solana and XRP. I am a firm believer in best in class, regardless of the sector, and Solana and XRP will be best in class.
Firm believer in best in class, and so am I. Solana and XRP. Those are your next two. Look, the Solana ETF would have been approved a week before the government shut down. XRP's ETF was coming right after that. As soon as the government reopens, and folks, they're going to reopen. It's a matter of when, right? What does it happen in November? Maybe it happens in December. Maybe it happens in 2026. I mean, I highly doubt it. The last time the government shut down, it was for about 30 days, and we're coming up to about that exact same threshold. So remember, Bitcoin, that was your warm-up. But your next round, you can get altcoin ETFs. This is going to rewrite the playbook entirely. Imagine regulated funds holding XRP, giving it exposure for the first time ever. You think $3.50 was high? Please wait until Wall Street starts playing with this chart. Let me get this. XRP and Cardano undervalued. I mean, agreed. Facts. Super undervalued on both of those. A lot of crypto assets are undervalued at this point. XRP, Cardano, Ondo, Chainlink, those are all undervalued assets. Solana's another one still undervalued. But that rotation is going to come, and when the rotation comes, it's going to be game on. Let me look at this chart put out by Jake. I like it. I showed this before. I'm going to show it again. I like this chart a lot. This is your volume shelf. This is where our XRP chart to the US dollar, it's speaking loud and clear, right? It's bouncing hard off the volume shelf. That's exactly what you want to see. Volume plus structure equals accumulation right around these regions. Every major XRP rally has looked like this right before liftoff. And that shelf, it's holding like steel. I like where we go next. I like everything that we have lined up for XRP moving forward from here. I like that we have regulations incoming. I like that we have pension funds that are going to enter retirement accounts that are going to be allowed to invest in crypto at some point in 2026 or early 2027. I like that we have around 24 XRP ETFs that are coming as well. I like Ripple's deal with, the hidden road finally going through, G Treasury, Rails. I like all the moves that they are making. This is all just boiling. This is like your bathtub is filling up, folks. When it gets to the top, what happens? It starts to overflow. That is where liquidity is going to go. And the fact that Brad Garlinghouse has confirmed once again, I believe this is his third time confirming it, that everything they do is built around XRP. Then we get this. Senator Lumen's over here. She's talking about the market structure bill. And she's telling you, we showed you Brian Armstrong's clips in the past. And Brian Armstrong stated in those clips that they're 90% done. He believes the bills will be signed and put into place by Thanksgiving of this year. Now you have Senator Cynthia Lumens out here who's talking about the same bill, and she believes it could become law by Thanksgiving or Christmas, right? That's your window. That's your window for your countdown. Because when these bills come live, the US is going to have clarity just like that. XRP has waited years for this. And once these bills are brought to life and are signed over, institutions, they can start moving freely here. And that's when the real flood of liquidity begins. If you liked XRP at 50 cents, $1.50, $2.60, you're really going to like XRP when it's sitting at a double-digit territory. And then we get this. This is very interesting. I like this. Ripple's bottleneck theory. Trillions are ready to flow. And here's the part that most people don't see yet, right? Because Ripple isn't competing with banks. Everyone thinks Ripple's competing with banks and they're never going to be banks and governments, but that's not the case. They don't want to compete with them. They just want to integrate into them. So we got Ripple positioning itself between them, right? You got all these key acquisitions, 5 announced within the last 2 years, and Ripple's built a financial choke point, right? Brad right here put this out. He calls it the Ripple bottleneck theory. He says every major player is soon going to have to pass through Ripple's infrastructure to access blockchain liquidity. He says the pieces are already in place. You got Medigo, Standard Custody and Trust, Rail Financial, which is a stablecoin provider, Hidden Road, G Treasury, National Bank Charter, which is coming, and then a Fed Master account, which would connect into the National Bank Charter. Those are going to be your 2 biggest catalysts here. So when those last 2 finally do lock in, and they will, it's game over. I mean, you're talking about $1 trillion in payments. You're talking about settlement, custody, and DeFi, all funnel through the XRP ledger. At that point, it's not speculation anymore. It is all architecture, right? So your countdown, it's real, everyone. Global trade thaw, we got liquidity on standby. You got institutional accumulation, which is confirmed. You have XRP open interest, which is going to be your reset, and regulations are pretty much days away. Ripple's infrastructure, it's complete. XRP and Ripple, they're both converging. Brad Garlinghouse, he confirmed it himself. This isn't hype. This is a sequence. And the last time XRP actually looked disaligned, it rewrote crypto history. We are back at the exact same setup, but this time, the entire world is watching. I hope you're watching as well. XRP is not just going to move here. It is going to lead the charge, and it is going to detonate. I hope you're ready for it. I know I am. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, and I'll see all y'all on the next one.